Okay, I hope we had a good day. I had a busy one. Thank you to those joining us on Facebook Live and those joining us on Zoom. Still have a minute or two to invite someone to join us. Okay, so as I said earlier, today's discussion is going to be about one of my secondary schools. I think I'll first give you a little preamble about how I landed in that secondary school in the first place. Big thank you to those who would also rewatch on YouTube. Kindly leave me a comment if you are rewatching on YouTube. That would be amazing. It's taking some time getting to YouTube, but we'll get there. Okay, I was in primary school. I went to 2 primary schools, but I've left that out of the story. The one I finished from was called Richmab. So according to the legend, the owner of the school was married to someone called Richard, and the owner of the school, the proprietress, was called Mabel. So they joined their names and called it Richmab. So I did primary 4.5 there, and the whole of primary 5, and did common entrance from there. But when I was supposed to do my federal common entrance, I forgot to tell my parents about the choices I needed to make. So then I was put on the spot and said, well, if you've not told your parents, you have to choose where you are going. So I just naturally chose where my sister was. Unknown to me, my parents were not very keen about me going there because they didn't even want my sister to be that far away anymore. So I chose New Busa, but I didn't end up going there. I ended up going to a lovely school called Queen's School, Apata, Ibadan. A little different from the Queen's College in Lagos, which happens to be a federal school. Queen's School in Ibadan is not a federal school, it's a public school. It was one of the best, followed by St. Louis. I know some people would kick up a fuss about that, but those were the ratings at that time. So I went to Queen's School and it was great. So called QSI. We had a school not too far from our school called GCI, which is called Government College Ibadan, quite popular schools. And they had fences beside each other. They kept saying that one day GCI and Queen's School will become a federal government school and they'll break down the fence and the schools will be one school. It hasn't happened till now. But anyway, we used to talk about it a lot then. So that was Queen's School. So I'm just going to say a few things about the songs we used to sing in Queen's School. You might know them if you went to a school like mine. I will leave out the details about how Rob and Shine and Shot Put used to happen because that's beyond the scope of today's discussion. But anyway, so we used to sing a song on assembly called QS, QS, QS girls are charming girls. We are the charming girls of Oyo State. 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 It used to make us very happy. We used to sing that all the time. Okay, and then we used to like singing. We had girls that were boyish. We had drummers in the class. We had people that used to bring cookies. I still remember someone that used to bring very dainty cookies, very beautiful cookies. I still know her. So the laws, the science laws, I think one was Charles' law and one was Avogadro's law, and they were made into songs. And when we were writing exams, you just hear everybody humming away while we were writing the exams. And it's amazing how you don't forget songs. So all these years, I've never forgotten those songs. So I can still tell you Avogadro's law. I can still tell you Charles' law because they were songs. It would have been amazing if all my books were in songs. Okay, so Charles' law was volume of a given mass is directly proportional to the absolute temperature, pressure remaining constant. So that was Charles. And then Avogadro's law, a lot more people might know Avogadro's law. It's sung in Yoruba. Avogadro's law ló sọ wípé Equal volume of all the gases at the same temperature and pressure contain the same number of molecules. Full stop. So that was Avogadro's law. I went to boarding school for a term in Queen's School. It was a rather eventful term. And I remember one experience that stands out in my memory, which happened on the first day I arrived in school. So I went to the dining hall and they were serving yam and stew. The stew was not exceptionally delicious, and it was just one piece of yam, which was a bit oddly shaped, differently cut from how it was in my house, which is usually flat slices. So this one was like a huge cuboid, irregular shape. So they just put one in a plastic plate with a splash of stew. But the one they gave me was burnt. So I looked at it, I said, I don't want this one. And then they now turned it into a big, they said, because my sister attended that school as well. They, aburo, aburo, so and so sorry. Butter, oh, fele, so always going to eat it. But anyway, I'm just trying to say that you don't have to accept bad things if you don't want it. You have a right to say, no, I don't want this. I'll tell you one more experience that happened in Queen's School about this kind of rejecting bad things. Some people are comfortable with bad things. Me, I'm not comfortable with bad things. I will always reject it. I have a friend called Unrere Yemi. It means good things. It means I deserve good things. Good things are coming to me. You have to have that mindset for good things to continue to come into your life. And if there's a bad thing, get it out and face the good thing. The good thing. So it was Agric. We had this Agric teacher. We were 40 girls in a class. We used to go and clean the chicken shed, sweep chicken poo on rota every day. At the end of the term, the teacher now brought 2 chickens and said all of us 40 girls should share it. I said, what? No, this is cheating. After sweeping sheets for the whole term, it's only 2 chickens that 40 girls are going to divide. No. As far as I was concerned, that was the end of our Greek class. I didn't do another Greek class. It was that day that I changed to food and nutrition. I didn't even tell them at home before I changed. I said, I've changed my mind. I'm going to food and nutrition class. That if I cook jollof rice, I know I will eat out of the jollof rice, even if we still give most of it to the teacher. But no, that's the end. So that's how I left Agric class and started doing food and nutrition. Some of you might know, my mom is a caterer, in charge of executive director, CEO, in charge of Day Spring Catering Enterprises. So I met catering in the house, went to get a little extra from food and nutrition class. No knowledge is lost. We don't know whether is this catering something we are still going to do. Okay, so that's the story of Queen's School. The other thing we used to do was we used to escort each other to go and we say, please escort me to the toilet. Please escort me to the toilet. Very interesting. So that was the stories from QSI. So now I'll just sing my school song. It was titled Pass on the Touch, a very beautiful song. Written by Miss Dorothy Peel. I'll sing the first and the last verse. Pass on the touch, so brightly gleaming, pass on the hopes the earnest dreaming. To those who follow close at hand, pass on the thoughts, the skill, the learning, pass on the secret inmost yearning, that they may build where we have planned. And I'll sing the last verse now. Pass on the touch, the cry inspiring unites us here in hopes untiring, in bonds no future years can sever. We forward press, no backward turning, that this our touch more brightly burning, may it pass on and on forever. That's our school song, beautiful song, Pass on the Touch. Thank you for listening to my school song. I'll just sing the song for today, which is titled Each Day I See the Sun Arise. Very beautiful song. We used to sing it in the mornings, along with Good Morning Jesus, Good Morning Lord, which is a popular song that a lot of people know. And the sing-alongs for today are Ori Miko, Ori Mikoya. So you see from that story, I said, it's not good to accept bad things at all. So that's what that song is about. And it says, my head rejects suffering. My head rejects bad things. So I'll sing the first song. Each day I see the sun arise. I have to pay no price. Thanks for the sweet cool breeze that you gave me to breathe. I thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for your kindness. Thank you, Lord, for your love, for the things I see you do, for my life and all I do, for your kindness and your love from up above. And the sing along. Ori Miko, Ori Mikoya, Ori Miko, Ori Mikoya, Eleda Mikon Tilda, Ori Mikoya, Ori Miko, Ori Mikoya, Ori Miko, Ori Mikoya, Eleda Mikon Tilda, Ori Mikoya. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for day 9. See you tomorrow for another wonderful day of praise with the 40 days of praise with the Praising Child. Thank you all so much for joining us. Bye.